So, guys, welcome to this new stream today with a new topic that I have chosen. And it is not something like understanding English grammar, your communication skills, or something like that. But today I'm going to talk about something amazing. And that is nothing but you need to learn at your own pace and you need to stay out of this particular rat race. Remember this particular thing, right? Why I came up with this particular topic. The most important thing is most of the people, they try to learn so many things in their life, but somewhere they lag behind and they do not understand what exactly they need to do. In order to improve yourself in terms of getting clarity of your overall growth, what we need to understand, we need to focus on our learning style. Remember that you need to focus on getting something clarity to get results. Why do we take education? What is the reason behind it? Well, you educate yourself so that you will learn something and you will apply those things. Now, most of the people, they have lots of knowledge, right? They have good number of experience also. You can take any field. You may be in any field wherever you are working. You have post graduation, you have your certification in your field, and you also have that amazing experience as well. In these experiences, in the entire years of experience, whatever the knowledge that you have gained, right? It's totally fine that you have knowledge about it. But most of the people, they feel that they need something different in their life so that they can have their amazing growth without taking extra kind of efforts. And on the other hand, you will also see there are some people are there, those who are getting amazing results as well. They are always able to do something different in their life. And according to them, they are getting lots of clarity and lots of results also. Now, why you are not doing this thing in the exact way that you want to do? Most of the people, they feel that, sir, I want to do this particular thing, but I'm not able to get that result that I desire, I want. Well, how you can achieve that particular thing? Well, remember one thing, you need to learn at your pace. And you need to stay out of this rat race. Remember this particular thing. Why I'm telling you this thing today and what is the reason behind this topic? See, whatever that I'm sharing today is applicable to me as well. And it is applicable to each and everyone who is watching this session. Now, if you just consider that you have a different timeline to succeed in your life. This is the first point. You also have a different stories, or I would say that you have a different approach to see your success stories, your failure stories also. Right? Every single person, they try to learn something, and according to that thing, what exactly happens? They feel that I should achieve my goal in the next 6 months. But it doesn't happen exactly whatever you plan. So there may be flexibility, right? You may get some clarity in another 2 months, which is delayed by 2 months, right? Or some people may get results before those 2 months also. Instead of 6 months, they are getting results in just 4 months. So how does it happen in everyone's life? Most of the people, they feel, sir, I'm trying to do lots of things. I'm trying to develop some things, but somewhere I'm not able to get the direction. Why don't you get this particular direction? Why does it happen with you? What is the reason behind this big why in your life? Well, let me tell you a few things here. When we try to learn certain things at that time, every single individual has a specific pace to learn different things. If you just consider example of 5 people, you will be able to understand that those 5 people, each and every person has a different level of grasping power. Each and every person has a different level of observational skills. Each and every person has a different way of understanding and analyzing those particular things. So you are unique in the world and you follow your unique style. This is what you need to understand. If you just keep comparing yourself all the time regarding your job experience, regarding knowledge that you have, regarding certifications that you have got, regarding any kind of skill that you have, if you are comparing yourself with someone else, you are insulting yourself. You are not doing anything else. You are literally insulting yourself. And do you like to insult yourself? Not at all. Well, I don't like to insult myself. But if you compare yourself with someone else, you are definitely insulting yourself. Don't do that. Remember this particular thing. You are so special and you are so unique in the world. We need to embrace that particular style of understanding uniqueness, right? Now, when we try to learn different things at that time, I'll definitely come back to English when it comes to understanding this thing, because we are talking about something that what are these particular things that we need to learn according to our pace, right? Now, I'll just try to focus on your core skills. When you try to work on a specific project at that time, suppose there is demand or suppose there is requirement from your organization that you need to get your expertise in this particular module or in this particular programming language. When it comes to software industry, what you need to understand is you will quickly try to understand those things. Because whenever you create the sense of urgency at that time, because of that sense of urgency, what exactly happens? you try to understand some of these things. What are those things? You just focus on understanding that the deadline is there. I need to learn this thing by hook or crook. You will set the priorities. This is the most important thing. Whenever we try to learn something at that time, we need to set the priority. Most of the people, they complain about one thing when it comes to communication skills and English. Even in couple of sessions last week, I had the same kind of experience. One of the person in our 4-week family, the person told me, I gave him clear suggestions and some understandings on the basis of whatever the problem he had. And I just told that you need to follow this particular portion. You need to undergo these training sessions in the 3rd week. And according to that, I just took a quick follow-up. In the interactive practice sessions, I just asked that particular person, well, have you worked on those particular sessions? I told you about that particular thing. The person told me, sir, I did not get time. Well, it's not about you don't have time. We all have 24 hours. It's all about setting your priority to learn something. That's why when you try to learn something at your own pace, you need to understand that where exactly you need to focus on. Just consider if there is a new project and you need to work on the new programming language. By hook or crook, you will try to get clarity and expertise in that particular language because you need to learn that language because it's a matter of survival. It's a matter of responsibility. If you do not learn that thing, it is going to be difficult for you to work in that project, which will definitely hamper your progress at your workplace. And whenever your performance will be seen in a different way, not in the usual way, you will seem less efficient and less productive. If this feedback goes to your seniors, definitely there will be bad impact at your work organization because of your work performance. And to get rid of that particular thing, remember one thing. Whatever that you want to learn in your life, you need to learn in a way that you will be able to understand that thing and you will get maximum output of that particular skill, whatever you are learning. When it comes to English at that time, what I always suggest is, whatever it may be, you need to stay in the community of like-minded people. This is the top priority that I'm telling you. You also need to get expertise in terms of getting clarity. This is how we grow in our life, right? If you really want to grow and if you really want to see that amazing growth in your life, what you need to do, you need to take care of some of these things, and those things are nothing but make sure that you keep learning every single moment in your life, right? I would not even say every single day. Whenever we learn something at that time, our mind is so strong, it understands each and everything in a systematic manner. That manner plays an important role. If you take care of that thing, it will be easier for you to understand certain things and you will be in a position to get the complete clarity that yes, this is what I want to do in my life, right? Now, I'll tell one more example here. Sometimes we expect something and we get something different. This is an unusual thing that I'm telling here, but yes, it happens most of the time when people try to understand, right? What exactly happens? Suppose, and in these two situations, one thing can be on a positive side and second thing can be on a negative side. It can be on both of the sides. Now, if you just consider that you are struggling enough to understand, your goal is to learn English just to interact with people at basic level. But in between this particular journey, if you find something that you are actually getting amazing results, you are actually getting good grip on understanding this language, and you are improving your English, your communication skills, and you started interacting with so many people. The moment you realize this particular thing, you will be able to see some positive changes. And the similar story happened with one of the member in the 4-week family. And she is a lady, she came to me and in one of the interactive practice session, she shared this good news, and that is nothing but she got 120% hike in her salary. With a new job, she joined. I was so happy to see this particular thing. And on the other hand, what she told me, sir, I did not have any kind of intention that I would be able to get this much of salary package or something like that. She came only to improve her group discussion ability to interact with multiple people. But whenever you try to develop your single skill, you don't know how you are improving multiple skills at the same time. Remember this particular thing. So this thing can happen with you also. What you need to do, you need to be the part of this particular community. People are improving a lot. This is the proven framework with lots of people that I have trained. And I would highly recommend all of you to be the part of this particular family. Those who are not yet in this 4-week family, you need to be there and you need to understand a couple of things. And when we go through all those things at that time, we brainstorm so many things. We understand what exactly you need to understand. And you get that personalized feedback that yes, this is what your present situation is. And you need to go ahead and understand a couple of things. Apart from this particular thing, when we try to get clarity about certain things at that time, what exactly happens? I feel that you should be in a position to pay something to commit yourself with the amount that you are paying, right? Some people, they are not able to join because of the amount that they are able to pay. It is not enough for them. So ultimately what I have done, I have a wonderful solution for all of you. You can definitely check that particular thing. Once you go to the application, you can just follow this particular thing and you will be able to understand, right? I will also provide the link to watch how to pay using installments in the description box, and you will be able to understand that thing. If you haven't joined my 4-week program yet, what I would suggest is you can pay in installment also, right? You can just go there and you can choose that option of the special coupon code that I often share with my students. Those who are serious and committed, they can definitely see the coupon code will be automatically applied. You can see 2 installments, first one and second one. You can pay first installment using the application, and definitely you can go ahead and you can become the part of this amazing family. Remember that the option to pay in installment is available in the app only. So make sure that you download the app from the description so that you will be able to understand the exact process that you need to follow. It is available for Android and it is available for iOS also. So I'm looking forward to see all of you guys to be there in the 4-week family with amazing members, where you will get complete clarity in terms of understanding your exact improvement that you need in your life. This is what I want to tell you today. And along with this particular thing, whenever you try to understand something in your life at that time, you need to focus on getting one clarity, that you have a specific speed of learning certain things. You can also test out some of these things. When it comes to your reading skills at that time, take a piece of paper, anything, any article that you like, right? Set the timer for 1 minute. 60 seconds, not more than that, right? Now, in those 60 seconds, I want you to read whatever that you are going to read, right? You will be able to understand one thing. If you read 120 words, or if you read these lines, whatever it may be, it can be any kind of count. In 60 seconds, how many words that you are able to understand? I want you to understand this particular thing, right? If you just understand 60 seconds divided by number of words that you have learned or read, you will be able to understand that how many words that you were able to read. I would also say another activity here. You can definitely try and let me know in the comment box. Whenever you will read that particular thing, also start recording for 1 minute. Whatever you are reading, you will find that which are the points you seriously need to work on. And those points are nothing but you will be able to find that you need to understand that how is your rate of speech, whether it is fast, medium or slow. You will also understand how is your intonation pattern, right? And the magical thing here itself is that you will also understand that where exactly you need to focus on understanding some of these things. Okay? How? You need to understand the concept of comprehension. When we try to understand some things, whenever we try to understand some things at that time, what happens in our life? We try to understand the concept of comprehension. How does this comprehension work? Now, whenever we try to understand some things at that time, we focus on getting some kind of input. Now, whenever people try to learn different things at that time, comprehension plays an important role in terms of understanding your pace of learning. That's why I'm telling you in this particular session that learn at your pace. Whenever you will complete the activity to read a page in 60 seconds, whenever you will just record that particular audio and you will listen that particular audio, you will be able to see that whenever you were reading at that time, what was your primary goal? You can let me know in the comment box about this thing also. What happens exactly? We get inputs to our mind, to our brain through 2 things, right? First is nothing but whenever we read and whenever we listen. Whenever you read at that time, if you understand, if you get clarity that your primary focus is on just reading and not understanding, then I would say that you seriously need to take action to improve yourself. Why I'm telling you this particular thing? Because there is a specific reason. Whenever we try to learn something, whenever we try to read something, when it comes to our native language at that time, what happens in terms of our native language? Our primary focus is on understanding the content and not reading the content. Listen to this particular thing. Whenever we try to understand something at that time, our primary focus goes automatically on understanding instead of reading or listening whenever it comes to our native language. Because it has been happening since long time with you. But in terms of English, whenever you try to read something or whenever you try to listen someone at that time, your primary focus is always on listening and reading and not understanding. So now look at this in a short way. Whenever we try to read something or whenever we try to listen something at that time, when it comes to native language at that time, we focus on understanding first, because reading and listening, it works automatically at the background of your mind using that subconscious mind. But when it comes to English at that time, your concept of understanding goes on second priority and your mind focuses on reading the information or listening to that particular content, and then your mind focuses on understanding. This is what happens with you in English. If you just consider the same thing, let me know in the comment box that yes sir, the same thing is happening with me. This is what you need to understand. And for that purpose, you need to understand that what is your pace of learning. You have been trying to learn English. You have been trying to develop your communication skills, and forget about public speaking skills. I often don't talk about public speaking skills because I believe that whenever we try to learn some things in terms of your language skills first, you automatically develop your ability to intonate and articulate the same sentences in English. And if you develop this art, you will be able to improve your public speaking also. There are certain things that we need to focus on, but instead of that, try to focus on these two things. First, your communication ability and your language learning skills. These are the two important things that you need to understand. Now, apart from this particular thing, whenever you try to understand certain things at that time, focus on getting clarity that sometimes you just need to repeat certain things. Now, some people say, sir, we forget the grammatical topics that we learn in our life. Now, if you do not apply the concepts, what will happen? You'll definitely forget for sure. I always give the example of a person who is working in the software industry. If these people try to learn something, you will be able to understand that if they do not practice any specific programming language, after 15 days, they will have to refine those concepts. And until and unless they refine those concepts, it will be not easier for them to understand all those things here, right? Remember this particular part and you will be able to understand all those things in simple way, right? Now, whenever it comes to your analytical skills also, what do I mean by analytical skills? Suppose you are trying to solve any kind of aptitude problems, or whenever you just try to understand about those logical reasoning and everything. See, you focus on understanding few of these tips and tricks, right? Whenever you focus on these tips and tricks at that time, what you need to understand, you will just understand that yes, this is the outcome, this is the input in this particular example. I need to focus on these values. And according to that, I will apply this formula. And after that, I will get the exact result. Try to solve the same kind of example after 15 days without even remembering the concept, without even focusing on the concept in terms of revision or repetition. I'm assuring you, you will not be able to understand the same thing. You will face lots of trouble. What was that concept? How I need to understand that thing? You will start thinking about it. And for that purpose, you need to understand the concept of neuroplasticity. What is this neuroplasticity? See, your brain is such a wonderful thing with you. You need to trigger it every single time in order to get consistent results and make yourself productive enough. This is the most important thing. When it comes to understanding grammar at that time, what I did exactly, I'll tell you my short story here. See, when I was in 7th standard at that time, my entire year went on reading a lot. I did nothing at all. I focused on reading every single day. When I read loudly at that time, I came to know that where actually I'm making the mistake. Whenever I used to just get it corrected by my teachers at my school. Whenever I used to do that particular thing, after 1 year, I got enough confidence that if I can read properly, if my rate of speech is fast, I can speak properly as well. You can definitely try this particular thing, the activity that I have shared in this particular session. Try to understand. Just take any specific piece of paper, any article you want to read. Just start recording that particular audio for just 1 minute, not more than that. Not 2 to 3 minutes, something like that. Just 1 minute. Whenever you will listen to that particular audio, you will be able to see that how is your rate of speech exactly. Are you reading by taking proper pauses? Are you reading by just understanding the information which is given there? This is where you need to understand. Okay, whenever you try to understand multiple things, you will be in a position to understand. See, I'll show you how exactly you need to do. I have a book here. I'm just going to read any page here itself. Okay, and here you will be able to understand. I'm reading this book right away in front of you. Okay. We as humans have created so many belief patterns that are full of impurities, and our subconscious mind has been manifesting such things that are away from our dharma. For example, we according to our dharma are said to help other people, but our impurities that are created by Maya interfere in between and stop us from doing good for others. Now, whatever that I was reading here, I just read a short paragraph. Now, here, somewhere, my mind was also focusing on reading the content. And at the same time, I was also focusing on something on the understanding side also. What I exactly did here, I was focusing on there is something that the human behavior pattern, it is mentioned there, some kind of, it's a book related to graphology. So I was reading that particular concept. So whenever you know the context, whenever you read something, whenever you know the topic, whenever you are discussing with people, whenever you try to listen someone, whenever you are learning something, your mind works in two ways. First, your conscious mind focuses on getting the input through reading or listening. And second, your subconscious mind works automatically to store that particular data. Whenever you go to sleep at that time, your mind will just tune those concepts and your mind will be in a position to process those thoughts. This is what the function of your subconscious mind is. Whenever you try to learn these grammatical concepts at that time, what happens exactly? Your mind understands where actually you are focusing more in terms of improving yourself. That's why in my 5-day bootcamp, I'm covering the most useful grammatical topics. I cover 12 tenses. I tell you about how tenses are formed in English. I tell you the most useful tenses in English as well. I throw some light on articles and prepositions also. And the most important thing, I tell you about the multiple statement patterns that you need to follow in terms of your SNO type questions, WS type questions, as well as you can focus on getting clarity of making polite requests and permissions. Are you getting my point? This is also one yes-no type question that I ask you so that you will be engaged here and you will try to respond me. Yes, we are getting this particular thing. This is how you improve every single day. And you have your own pace of understanding so many things, right? So make sure that you download my application and you take advantage of making payments in installments as the option is available for you. Once you do that thing, it will be easier for you to join the 4-week community. And once you stay in the 4-week community, it will be the wonderful opportunity for all of you to be the part of these amazing people and this like-minded community where you will learn lots of things, right? It's all about taking your decisions. It's not about your financial investment that you are doing here. See, we do lots of things. We just focus on understanding so many things here. But ultimately, what I believe is that we need to focus on our self-improvement. I have seen a couple of people in my life, because of the single skill, they were not able to influence people. You may be a teacher, you may be an online educator, you may be an advocate, you may be a software engineer, you may be a housewife, you may be a student who is doing research, you may be anyone, you may be working in any industry. But the most important thing is, if you want to create that positivity, if you want to share your ideas confidently to people, and the most important thing, if you want to influence people with your thoughts, you need to understand that it's all about understanding your overall personality and it's all about understanding the way you interact with people. And for all those things, it's all about taking consistent efforts to get some clarity and results in your life. Because when I work with my students at that time, I believe in getting results. That's why my 5-day framework is so successful. According to that thing, when I work with my students in my 4-week program at that time, they are getting my support constantly. If you just find this particular thing that yes, you are getting in touch with your mentor at least 3 to 4 days a week, won't it be a wonderful thing for all of you to just improve yourself, all these things? So definitely you can go there, you can check it, what exactly this 4-week course is, and you will be able to understand the complete clarity as well, right? So ultimately, I'll see you once again in the next live stream. So I hope you have got this clarity that how we can just learn at our own pace and we can stay out of the rat race. Because I don't want you guys to be the part of what others are doing. I want you to do something special, something unique, something uncommon. Whenever we do something uncommon at that time, we start getting results in our life. We need to focus on getting those results. And when we say we stay consistent at that time, the most beautiful part that you need to understand is you can definitely get lots of clarity in terms of understanding multiple factors and you start getting those results. And ultimately, one thing happens with you, and that is nothing but people appreciate the way you communicate with them. See, it happens. The universe helps you. The universe tells you that yes, you are improving now. And that's how people appreciate that yes, you have really improved your English. You are speaking very well nowadays, which was exactly not used to happen whenever you are trying to speak English with different people. But when you stay in association with these like-minded people, when you get mentored with the right person, you definitely get lots of clarity, and the chances of getting improved yourself are always on higher side. So that's why, to keep you motivated, I have decided to take live streams nowadays, and I will be trying to do the same thing whenever I will have any sense of urgency. Definitely I'll have to take break. I cannot avoid those inevitable things, but definitely I will try my best to be consistent for all the live sessions for all of you amazing people there. But the thing is that I want your efforts too, because whenever the teacher and student starts working at the time, both of them needs to work according to their own potential. I am taking efforts for my students are also taking efforts. So whenever that 50-50% chances gets added, we can assure the 100% results in our life. That is the beautiful part, right? I hope you like this particular topic today as well. Make sure that you will try the techniques and the tips that I have shared in this live stream today. And don't forget to download the application to get the installment at the price that I have offered you. Be there in this 4-week community, and I will see you soon in the next interactive practice session. Let's work together to create something amazing in your life. By that time, take care of yourself and take care of your family. And always remember, keep learning, keep growing. Have a great time ahead. Bye bye.